Hello guys, I hope everyone is doing well. Today I'm doing this fall glam vamp look. This is actually my daughter. She volunteered to be my little model today. I call her my muse because whenever I need to do makeup, she's the one that I go to put it on. So today we're going to get started by doing her eyes right now. And I'm using the Urban Decay Naked Basics palette. And on her lid, I'm using Foxy and Venus. Like the two lightest colors in the palette. Now I'm just blending in MAC Saddle in her crease just to kind of use a transition color from the light to the deep. And she has, as you can see, very wide set eyes. So I have a lot of room to play with, with placing the color in her eyes. Now I'm just going to use a lighter concealer and shape out the line of her brow. This also acts as a highlight too. I usually tend to put a lighter concealer up top if I just want to create a highlight, or I'll put a concealer that's closest to the person's skin tone just to create, a subtle eye. But on this look, we wanted to go for glam. And then I blend it down with a eyeshadow brush, an e.l.f. eyeshadow brush. I find that this gives it a smoother appearance, and as you can see, I use my fingers to kind of blend out the edges. Then I take a deeper brown, any deeper brown you have, and I go out on the corners of her eyes, and I'm just blending those colors out. Later on in the video, I had to cut some of it down because it was too lengthy, but I did just kind of add more color to the eye just to bring more definition to the whole eye. And I just take I'm taking a fluffy brush right here and just smoothing everything out so you won't see any harsh lines. Now she has some problematic skin, so I use Dermablend to cover up her spots right here before I put her foundation on. And I just put it on the spots only. And then as you'll see shortly, I will blend those out. Excuse me. And here I am just putting just a little bit more on, just making sure she gets a nice coverage. Then I'm going to take a beauty blender and just soften those edges a little bit just to make sure everything is nice and uniform. There we go. There's the beauty blender. And I just take it, and I'm just blending it out all over her face, just focusing right on where her imperfections are and blending those out. Next here, I applied her actual foundation color, and I just put that underneath her eyes, forehead, and around the chin area, and I'm just going to blend those out as well. Then I take a lighter foundation. This is going to act as her highlight, and I just put the lighter foundation under where the eyes are, forehead. I'm going to put it on the chin, the cupid's bow, and down the nose. That is where her highlighted areas are gonna be. And I think I'm using a like a foundation brush, like a small foundation brush to apply this. In some parts in here, I have sped up just a little bit because, like I said, I don't want the video to be too long. So, but they'll be, self-explanatory as to what I'm doing. Then I come back with the Beauty Blender and I blend those out as well. I like using the bottom of the Beauty Blender because it gives that smoother appearance. I love it. I love the Beauty Blender. It's the best thing, one of the best things they could have made for makeup artists and, people who like to wear makeup. And even with the Dermablend, it does give good coverage too. So, and right here, I just put powder underneath her eyes. I did use a little bit of the Ben Nye banana powder, and I tend to mix those with the next lightest powder in the Ben Nye. family. So all I'm here is shaping and contouring her nose. Oh, okay, so we moved on to lips. So going back, I did take a brush and I just contoured the side of her nose. Here I'm outlining her lips. Forget what lip liner I use, but I'll put it at the bottom. And the name of this lip tar that I'm using on her lips is called Black Dahlia. It's a black and red lip tar color. It's a beautiful color. Um, it's more burgundy in person. Like when it comes out the tube, it's almost like a dark reddish black, as you can see there. Like it looks really, really dark, but it's not that dark in person. Like it's kind of burgundy-ish. But the more you apply, the more deeper the color will be. And this color did tend to bleed a lot, so that's why I was sitting right here cleaning up the sides of her lips with that. After the powder set for a minute, I took my beauty blender again and I I took my beauty blender and I took the powder off because it had time to sit. Because I like for underneath the eyes to be as smooth as possible, and I'm going down her nose. I know that contour was a little strong, so I did fix it though. I softened it up a little bit with the brush. Here she is laughing because she's laughing at how contoured that nose of hers is, but she ended up loving it. It was such a beautiful finish on her, and I'm putting on a little bit of blush. Vintage Grape by Matte. Going back in on her eyes, I'm adding a little bit of that Foxy and Venus from the Naked Basics palette. I'm just giving her a little bit more definition. We did apply lashes too. I didn't want to capture that. It would have been too long, but lashes were applied, and so was mascara. And here we are done, guys. Here's the before and after of my beautiful daughter. She's always a good sport when I'm doing her makeup. I really appreciate her, you know, doing what I love to do. She is smiling. Has such a pretty face. So here's your evening fall glam vamp makeup look. I hope you guys like it. Thanks for watching. Bye.